So I've got a quick one for you today. The AYANeo Pocket Micro. This thing was sold, I believe, on Indiegogo, one of those crowdfunding places. I think AYANeo, that's where they typically sell most of their stuff. And then it floats out to everywhere else. And that's why I'm reviewing it now, as plenty of companies are selling this thing. So Go Game Geek, they sent this to me for purpose review. I do think it's neat, but I do have a lot to say about it. So I do have like this retro gold one. That's why I have this like outside cover thing. That's all this is, just an outside cover. There's like an inner box, the retro gold limited micro. So yeah, it's a MediaTek Helio G99. That's the chipset, right? In the that's the CPU, and it's a Mali G57 MC2 GPU. We got the 8 GB RAM, 256 gigabyte storage version. So there we go. We have a 3.5-inch screen. That's a 3:2 aspect ratio. So that's going to be good for like Game Boy Advance. You know, maybe not so much everything else, but the screen is 960 by 640, resolution. So you'll get like black bars on certain things. It's if you're okay with that. It's going to be fine for plenty of things. It's just Game Boy Advance, like this is going to be perfect for it, right? You got Hall effect joysticks, X-axis linear motor, so like, gyro type thing. Premium body. Okay. The Aya Home launcher, which we'll take a quick look at. Active fan cooling. That's about it, right? So we also have, I believe the battery that's built in is 2600 milliamp hour battery. So we got that. There's some settings for performance with this, but here's the retro reddish gold color. The joysticks down there, USB-C for charging, select and start down there. Speakers, like the little Aya button right there. Some other random buttons over there. We do have like a fingerprint sensor thing right here. Volume up here, and the shoulders over there. And then fan cooling in the back. It's a very boxy system. Yes, you get a USB-C cable to charge this ish up. So, okay, let's check this thing out real quick. So with this, it's touchscreen, obviously. But here we go. We have that Aya Space thing right there. So it's going to show like, your recently played. I don't have anything scraped as far as artwork for retro games. But, you can get your library pulled in here for all your different systems that you want. I don't really use the Aya Space stuff because, like, say you go into Super Nintendo, for example. You want to play a game, you're going to have to download an emulator and it's going to go to the Play Store. There's other ways, I guess, to go around all that. But the way this is all situated, it is kind of funky. And then if the emulator is not on the Play Store or it's an emulator that charges, I don't know. It's just kind of, I don't like it. I really don't like this, this Aya Space thing. So it's kind of like you're better off just getting like RetroArch or just getting standalone emulators anyway, type of thing. So, I mean, or just a front end setup. A lot of people like doing that. But yeah, like RetroArch, just go through and, set up everything you want to play, all your different systems. There's like the system updater thing. You can check for updates. We're good. But then what else do we have? Aya settings, like their own specific settings instead of the Android settings. Like, I kind of get confused looking at that because it's the same icon. Like, that's the normal Android settings. And then the silver one is the Aya settings. So there's a lot of things you could tweak here. Performance, device, controller settings, device settings, and personalize things and whatnot. But then you can, like, if you're out of that, you can also log in with an Aya account. But also, if you just press this Aya button down here, you get like a little side thing, like similar to like, like a Steam Deck or whatever, where you'll have access to a lot of that stuff as well, like a quick access. Show you the performance, temperatures, and current FPS. Performance mode, you can have balanced, game, stuff like that. Like if you do set it to like game or max, like you will drain the battery on this thing quick, especially max. Game, yeah, balance, probably better to leave it at that for the most part. The one thing that I really like with this is the controller setting, the mapping that you can only do when you're in a game, and I'll show you that. Like mobile games, like Call of Duty, as an example. Say like Call of Duty, you can't use any of these controls. They just don't work. It's a touchscreen game with this setup. So you would click that button there, right, to bring this menu up. Click on the key mapping, and then you can go ahead and it's kind of hard because there's so much crap on the screen right here. But you can go ahead and set up mapping to each of the controls, the analog sticks, the buttons, the D-pad, and you can have them do whatever you want that is a touch control on the screen. So if the touch is like moving your fingers to aim or to walk around, you could put that to the analog sticks, right? Or if it's to duck or to zoom in or to pick up something or whatever, you could map it to a button. Just whatever the touch is on the screen. So I like that. And you have the transparencies. Like I turn the transparencies off so I don't see it once I have it set. Then you just make sure you click save. And it works pretty good. I digs it. I digs it. But overall, this handheld, playing a lot of like retro games, it's cool. It's all right. But standard stuff. But getting into things like fighting games with this D-pad, I really don't like the D-pad too much. Like it's serviceable in a lot of things, but and like Street Fighter, it kind of annoys me a bit. But my biggest thing with this Android setup is it's not the most powerful, and for the price, I mean, there's a lot of competition out there. The screen is too small for me for the things that I would want to do with this. Like I have a hard time reading all this crap on screen for like some of these Android games that I'd want to play anyway. But and you can change sensitivity. Like I haven't tweaked it for my touch controls being mapped for this game, but and after a while, like using this, it gets a little uncomfortable. Like it feels like holding an old school NES controller, but like a little worse. And like the shoulder buttons are kind of hard to get used to, accessing. They're not impossible, but it's just kind of, I don't know, like I rest my fingers underneath and then I don't know, just to hold it, it just gets awkward and uncomfortable over time. Not my favorite. It's nice, but it's definitely not my favorite. Like I said, my main favorite thing is just like this Aya button that has all these shortcuts, and you could tweak things. Like, okay, let's put in the game mode, which does help with some emulation, like GameCube and whatnot. And then having that controller option, the key mapping for games, for Android games, is really cool. But beyond that, it's a tough one to recommend this. Like that other one, the DMG, that bigger one, which is a hell of a lot more expensive than this one. I really like that one. But the only downfall with that one is it only had one analog stick and then it had a touchpad. So some people really didn't like that one. This one has the two analog sticks, which is nice, but I don't know. It's just the form factor. I like horizontal, handhelds, but this one just kind of, I don't know, annoys me a little bit. But yeah, there you go. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Bye.